whistle goes on what has been a classic Dundee derby. It's the visiting support that celebrate, and boy will they enjoy this. It has been such a long wait to record a victory here. It's the first in 14 games, only for the third time this century. 4 goals at the home of their great rivals. The penalty tucked away deep into stoppage time as Emmanuel Adebayor was sent off. Well, Michael, sum up just how bonkers a game this was.
Complete madness. I mean, it was action-packed from the first to the last minute. Great spectacle, entertainment, and so much riding on it. So important for Dundee. I said before, it was a more important game for Dundee to win. Can that propel them away from danger? For Dundee United, yes, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but they were second best for most of the game. They still got a chance of getting into Europe. They've got to recoup, regroup, and go again.
Well, yeah, on the table, that takes them 5 points away from St Johnstone to within 1 point of Kilmarnock. There's the full-time score. Dundee United 2, Dundee 4. And I think, Michael, you have to name your player of the match from this incredible 90 minutes of Dundee derby football.
Well, I mean, there was a number of players in dark blue that I thought were outstanding, but see, the captain for me, he led by example. Whenever anything came into the box, he was there. He won it, put his body on the line on a number of occasions. He's a huge player for Dundee. He'll be a huge player for the rest of this season as well. Joe Shaughnessy, he was my man of the match, Rory.
Well, it's the perfect example of why this is such a treasured fixture in the Scottish football calendar. And that 3 points for Dundee might just go a long, long way to making sure it's a part of the top flight next season as well. The full-time score here at Tannadice. It's an historic day for Dundee as they win at the home of their rivals for the first time in over 20 years. The full-time score, Dundee United 2, Dundee 4.
Thank you very much, Rory and Michael. And wow, what a day to be a Dundee fan. What a day to be a Dundee player, because that was quite a performance here at Tannadice. Alan, Charlie and James watching the game alongside me. James, I'll start with you, because before this game we spoke about how much Dundee needed a result here, but in the manner in which they did it, how pleased are the Dundee fans behind you right now? How proud should they be of that team?
Oh, they should be delighted. Over 20 years since I've come down here and won, and not just that. And I've been involved in some heavy defeats down here as well, and at times celebrating draws. And everyone talks about the walk down the road and how historic it is all for United walking up the road, how good that is. But I'll tell you, for the first time in over 20 years, that walking back up to Dens Park for that Dundee staff, the Dundee players, will be fantastic. And not just for the 3 points for Dundee, but I think the manner of this atmosphere, this game, Scottish football needs this derby in the Premiership. There's no doubt about that. Charlie's played in it, I've played in it, I've been involved in it. This place was brilliant today. A great game to be involved in and a great game to watch.
Did you enjoy it as a neutral?
Oh, this is brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, they're still here going mental. I mean, it's absolute crazy. And to get the goals that we did, both teams attacked it, they wanted the 3 points, they knew how big it was. Dundee came out on top, I thought they were excellent. Oh, just what an atmosphere.
It was weird standing in the middle because both sets of fans don't like me, so
we found that out today.
We found out today. I couldn't win. I was getting hit with vapes and everything. And what a game, what an atmosphere. Both sets of fans were brilliant. Different, the game was different. I think what summed the game up was how Dundee United finished. 2 full-backs and a back 3 with a centre-back. But Jim Goodwin had to go with it, you understand. But credit to Docherty. I'm delighted with him. I spoke to him before the game. I'm absolutely delighted for him. He deserves it. What a job he done last year. And then with the budget he's got this year with a few injuries, he'll be delighted to get Joe Shaughnessy back today, who was unbelievable. Yeah, fair play to Dundee. Yeah,
Joe Shaughnessy getting player of the match as well from Michael Stewart for his performance. So you can hear it behind us. This is the away fans. It is Dundee's day here at Tannadice. A first first win here. He's getting it again. Probably time to go to a break. Yeah, first win for Dundee here in 21 years. Reaction and lots more analysis on the way after this. Well, these Dundee fans haven't had much to cheer about over the past couple of weeks, but they are enjoying themselves today because they've taken bragging rights on Tay's side with this victory against Dundee United. Let's get some reaction from their dressing room. Player of the match, Joe Shaughnessy, and double goal scorer, Jordan McGhee, are with Connie.
Guys, it seemed like you gave everything out there today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, that's exactly it. We gave everything, and that's what I needed to be, and we've come out the right end of the result.
2 goals for you. I'm not sure if the header or the strikes up there were your favourite. Talk us through both of them.
Probably the strike. I'd done it once when I was at Falkirk, and to see it come off again, I was just delighted. But most important, to make 3 points and a big performance to Derby.
Contribution of this guy with those goals was outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. He does it a lot for us from that right back position. He's always up there, and he can finish as well. So yeah, brilliant from him.
What was the manager's message to you? I mean, obviously you started this game really well. I think you did that in the cup game as well. Was it just kind of more of the same? Is that what you wanted?
Just the same as every game. Just apply ourselves, trust in the process. What we're doing training, work as hard as we can, try and outwork the opposition. And I thought we'd done that today, especially being a Derby from minute 1. Thought we won first, second balls all over the park and worthy winners.
The key thing is, well, a Derby win. Obviously today it's about the points. But what can this do for you confidence-wise with the final 8 games to go in this league?
It's massive for us. We knew the importance of it coming into it, not just a derby, but to get us out of that run that we've been on. And now, yeah, we've got to use that to kick on and kind of start climbing up out that 11th position.
How are you celebrating tonight?
Don't know yet. It's been a good day though.
It's been a good day all round. I think it's clear to see. Right, I'd like you to do the honours.
Well done, mate.
Congratulations, Joe. Well done. Player of the match. Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you.
A bit coy on the old celebrations. I think it's in case we turn up.
I'm sure they'll be
In
celebrating.
case Charlie turns up, maybe. Given the
Dundee fans don't want me there, I know that.
Well,
oh dear, you've got to love it, haven't you?
yeah.
Aye, it's
You
great
don't laugh, you'll
passion.
cry, it's fine.
Aye, it's great passion they're showing, but I just wish it wasn't me.
Why always me? Who said that? James, listening to the guys there, just exactly what it means to them, isn't it? Like, hey, James, give us a wave. There we go. That's a bit cleaner than the ones that were saying to you. No, but just the passion that those Dundee players are talking about, and actually now what they can do to kick on from this result.
Not in this, as much as we say that how big a game it was for them. Jim Goodwin came out during the week saying it was the biggest game of the season, and you seen that, as Charlie said, in the end when they're throwing everything, and it's not just for the points as well, it's the pride in this city as well. He wasn't wanting to lose that record. He'd been the manager 20 years. He's done an incredible job this season. He's done an incredible job getting them out of the Championship, but today's Dundee's day. They were excellent, and they will enjoy it. Don't listen to a single word they're saying there. They'll enjoy it. They've got that wee break now, but they've got to use it as a springboard as well. Where they are in the league, still not where they want to be. I think, and we spoke about it before, and people were questioning Tony Docherty. Was it right to come out and say they're not in a relegation scrap? He's got to say something. As a manager, he's got to either give his players the wee kick to get going, or just a bit of belief, and it certainly looked at it today. Real bravery from him to change his shape. They've not done that too much this season. And in the end, they've got 3 academy graduates as well on that pitch. 2 of them I thought were excellent, and Lyle Cameron and Josh Mulligan, and Finlay Robertson comes on when Jim Goodwin's trying to throw everything at Dundee. So not like great day to be involved in from a Dundee perspective, certainly standing here, but I thought they were excellent today and thoroughly deserved that.
I think Joe Shaughnessy, special mention to him. I know he got man of the match, but the amount of headers he headed at the box, the amount of blocks he made. I know his team conceded 2 goals, but if it wasn't for him, it would have been 3 or 4, definitely.
Charlie, see on that as well, when Michael was talking about on the commentary and his defenders, it's not just it's where he heads it, the distance he gets on it as well. Dalby's caused every centre-back in this league problems, but today I thought he played them excellent. And you could see the difference just having him there in the distance and in the direction. So many crucial headers
But
as well.
that's probably something that they've missed. When you think of how long he's been out for, and some of the goals at Dundee over the weeks and months
This was
that have
Dundee Derby
conceded.
debut, Shaughnessy, even though he's been there that long.
I mean,
As you say, I don't think the other defenders in the team or the players that have played this year have had a lot of games under their belt. He's played hundreds of games, and you can see that experience, the way he picks up in the box, the way he clears it, as you say. Yeah, brilliant. Worth his weight in gold.
I mean, it was a game that had absolutely everything in it. Let's start making our way through the highlights of it then, because this is Dundee moving 1-0 up. Jordan McGhee, and this was just a few minutes after they'd actually had a goal chopped off for offside, and fair play to them, the heads didn't go down and they were able to carve this one out. It was a fine header.
I just thought they worked it really well. You see out on the left hand side, it's a lovely touch from Murray there, and he sees the run from 𝑃𝑟𝑒𝑠𝑒. He likes to do this. It's a good ball into a dangerous area. By the way, what a header. To actually get back and round the ball, to then direct it into the side net is incredible. It's a great finish.
A great header. Easy to make an excuse and say it's behind you, but he went for it, put his head on it. 40-yard run to get in the box, right back. Brilliant.
That's the thing, he made up so much ground to make it in there for that goal. Anyway, it was then 2-0 shortly afterwards, and one perhaps the United goalkeeper Jack Walton won't want to see again, Charlie.
No, I won't. I mean, if you're going to make a case for him, you say there's a bit of movement in the ball, but that's clutching at straws a wee bit. He's got to save it. He knows he's got to save it, doesn't he? He does to tell him. The manager would have told him at half-time, get behind it and make a save. That takes the wind out yourselves as a defender and as a team. If you concede goals like that, you know you've got no chance. So, to be fair, he responded well in the second half, but that's a sore one to take for Dundee United. Yeah, Scott with the shot there that ended up resulting in the goal. So that was Dundee 2-0 up. But Glenn Middleton, great reaction from United, scored an absolute cracker of a goal, really, and they carved this out really nicely as well, Dundee United. Yeah, they did. And look, I just don't think in this situation you just have to be a little bit calm on the ball. Can you find a pass? Donnelly, he gives the ball away cheaply, but if you give Glenn Middleton the ball in those areas on the left foot, he wants to open up the goal and then put it to that far stick, and that's exactly what he done, and it gives them a lift after that. You're trying to not do anything to give them that kind of reaction, but well, it's a great finish. Yeah, it's a great finish. It's Glenn Middleton at a tee. That's his main strength, coming for that right hand side and his left foot. He just opens up his foot and bends it in the corner. But again, Dundee respond well when it looks like the pressure's against them. They respond well and they get another goal. Yeah, and again, a really nicely worked goal. And you mentioned Jordan McGhee and just the way he's able to turn defence into attack, and it was a super finish from him. No, it was, and there were a lot to that goal as well. The run, obviously, for Josh Mulligan that we touched on, and then it comes back, and it's a fantastic finish for Jordan to get that. But I think touching on the fact that there were setbacks with the goals that were offside, Glenn Middleton's goal, you're away from home as well. And then the other thing in this game, we've seen great atmosphere, some great goals, but are great moments in the game. It's some fantastic goals. Those two, the late run, every goal, take away Jack Walton's mistake, but every other goal was brilliant. But just the character the Dundee players showed today, I think, shows that they shouldn't be where they are in the league. But we see like Adewumi there, wanting to go and win the balls. We talk about being aggressive, pressing, getting the first balls, the second balls. Yeah, well, Ferry makes a mistake, it's a big touch, but you have to be there to then go and win it, and then have that kind of little bit of patience just to pick a ball out, and that is from a full-back. Yeah, I would love to have a finish like that. I know. It's a great way to pass, and they're so clinical. That's something you wouldn't have been surprised if the keeper had saved that, or maybe it went over the bar or went for a corner, but just seemed to be so clinical with Dundee. And that was what Dundee did well in the first half, wasn't it, James? They were on it. They were first to every ball. They really were in the ascendancy. And I mean, that resulted in the fact they had the ball in the net 5 times. Yeah, and look, it's a cliche, but when it comes to a derby, like win your tackles, win your headers, first contact, second contacts, whatever the people say or what you talk about in these games, but at the top or at the end of that, there was that finish that they were clinical, as you said, and that was a big thing from them today. It did change a bit in the second half, and Dundee United come into the game, and then questions again are getting asked to Dundee and the fragility that they're carrying this season, but they never wilted. It never seemed. Dundee United, credit to them as well. They threw everything at it, balls into the box, everything, but they just stood up to it. And United had the perfect start to the second half. I mean, whatever Jim Goodwin said in there certainly worked, because there you see at 49 minutes, they pull a goal back to get it to 3-2, and it is very much game on. This place was absolutely bouncing. Yeah, again, Sam Dalby, it does so well, because Shaughnessy done brilliant up against him for most of the game, and that's why he deserved man of the match. But he uses his strength there. He gets the ball out to 𝑃𝑟𝑒𝑠𝑒, and again,
when he's in on that right foot, you know that he's looking for that far corner, and it really gave them that lift that they were looking for into the second half, because I did feel that every time Dundee had the ball and went forward, they possibly could have scored. So this gives them the lift into the second half, and it just ended up just a brilliant end-to-end game as well.
Dalby's done unbelievable for that goal. We spoke about it after. He's for a big guy, so powerful, but he's touched the way he takes the ball and the way he rolls defenders. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable how he's not really playing for the team Wrexham he's on loan from. You think he would be playing there, but obviously
the opportunity to take them back in January after the goals he was scoring up here.
I know, exactly, and we spoke about it. Some players just settle at certain clubs because whatever reason, the changing room, they're happy where they are, and he's shown some real good qualities, and what a goal that was.
I mean, I think everyone expected United to then kick on, but they couldn't add to the scoreline. They couldn't draw level in the game, and as a result, Dundee got a penalty for this incident here in added on time. And I mean, the red card as well. I mean, you can't really argue with it, can you, when you raise your hands?
It's definitely a penalty. I mean, by that point, they've got two full-backs. You can understand Jim Goodwin's went for it. He's through forwards on like Aberdeen did it them a couple of weeks ago. And it's definitely a penalty. I mean, he's nudged him. I've been there as a defender at the last minute. You think, can I get a wee touch to distract him? Hope he doesn't go down. Hope he shoots, and that's enough. And the ref just lets it move on.
You know, as a defender, sometimes you get away with them.
Yeah.
You can lean on them a little bit, put a hand on them, and it puts them off balance. Just a touch, just enough so they can't get the strike. But there's too much time on it. He's too clever. He shoots it and goes down.
Sometimes the striker will stay in his feet because he wants a goal, and he'll blast it wide, and then he'll ask for the penalty, but the ref won't give it. But Simon Murray cleverly goes down and puts that away. I think he was quite happy with that one as well.
I love his celebration. What it means to him, and I don't. Even if he did, I think his performance today, the way. And at times we say Disney scored the goals. I heard the stat in the comms as well. It's almost a player had scored since Kane Hemmings this season as well. So just the way he works and the way he gets after that, he must be horrible to play against. You see Dundee United taking a couple of centre backs off, and for me that's down to him. The running he does, he's running power, his strength. But as Alan says there, he plays with his brain as well. That's just real clever striker play.
And he never gets disheartened. Anytime I've seen him and he's not scoring, he never gets disheartened. So as a centre-back, you think, when you see a striker getting disheartened, you know he's going to come off. I've got him here, but he just never gives up, just battles into you and keeps running. You think he's a nightmare. Yeah,
and he certainly seemed to feed off the atmosphere inside here. So to come back to Tannadice, where Dundee have taken their first victory here in the league in 21 years. Let's get the thoughts of Tony Docherty. He's with Connie McLaughlin.
Tony, congratulations. I think that's what you call a derby. How did you see it?
Exactly the game I thought it was going to be. You know, I thought we had to make sure that we, you know, applied a lot of pressure, and I think we did. I mean, we scored 6 goals today. Obviously 2 disallowed. I've seen them back, you know, and really, you know, there's a smidgen in it, absolutely. But I thought we showed every side of us today. I thought we showed that quality, you know, and that clinical edge to us in the first half. And I thought we had to dig in. You know, Dundee United had a great season, and shooting down that hill, you know you're going to have to defend. They threw on striker after striker. And we dealt with that. We showed the mentality, we showed the resilience. So, as manager, I'm really proud of the players. That was a big result today. You know, there's questions asked of them, and any time there has been that this season, they've answered up. So, exactly the game I thought it was going to be, but the performance of my team made me really proud of them.
The start was really important, the intensity was really important, and Jordan McGhee's too were absolute crackers. He was just chatting to me there about it and saying he's not quite sure which one he preferred, but just showing the importance and what he gives you and the versatility he gives you in this team as well.
Yeah, Jordan's a good pro. It's something we worked on this week, you know, when we got into the left-hand side of the pitch. The back post area was somewhere that we thought was a weakness of Dundee United, so we wanted to exploit, and we did that. And Jordan got in on 2 occasions and scored the goals there. So it's pleasing when you work on stuff during the week and you get the rewards of that. But I thought all the goals, you know, and even the ones, you know, you're celebrating, you know, the goals that we get caught offside. But I still thought, even with Dundee United scoring, making it to 2-3-2, I still thought, I believed in my players. I had that trust, you know, with Big Joe marshalling things and Mo in front of it. You know, I thought we had the tools, we were equipped to deal with that, and I think it's a really big win.
Appreciate your time, well done.
Thank you.
It certainly is a big win, isn't it, James? I mean, how pleasing as a manager is it when you identify something like that in the opposition and, you know, all the plans come to fruition with a couple of goals and a win?
Oh, Charlie will tell you that as well. That's the best feeling when you've been working on stuff, and as you said there, they had identified that with Jordan getting in at that back post, or Josh Mulligan, whoever it would be, and a weakness there. And when that comes off, when you've been, particularly if you've been working on it through the week, it makes it extra special. But look, don't be kidded if it was stuff they weren't working on, like the goal that was a mistake for the goalkeeper. That one's equally as good for Tony. But delighted for him. Look, again, the run's not been great. We know that. We spoke about his press through the week, and again, it's like, as a manager, and I keep going on about it, but you've got to say something. He said it, he done it, and they've come down, and for the first time in 20 years they're getting back up the road with the result. But they need to just use that now. They need to kick on from that, because when you see Dundee like that, particularly with Shaughnessy back, and look, they're a good team. We're standing here, Alan's talking about seeing them playing free-flowing football at the start of the season and scoring goals. We've all seen that. So when they are like that, they're a proper team. And I know I'm getting back over it, but this league needs this derby. Like, it's a fantastic occasion for us, for the Premiership. So delighted for Dundee, delighted for Tony Dock in particular as well.
Yeah, well, for every winner there is a loser, and that is Jim Goodwin and his Dundee United side. Let's hear from him. He's now with Connie.
Jim, commiserations. You spoke about the importance of how you started that game. I'm assuming that's not the start you were looking for?
No, the first half was unacceptable across the board in every passage of play. Second best all over the park. Defensively, really weak, which is something that I've never labelled at this team. Every mistake that we made in that opening period was punished. Free header for the first goal. Okay, the goalkeeper, has a howler. In fairness to him, he's been absolutely brilliant all season. These things can happen. The second one again is a mistake. Overrun the ball. Brilliant finish from McGhee, but to lose 3 goals in that opening 45 minutes was remarkable, really. Not going to give them too many pats on the back for the reaction in the second half. We would expect that anyway. We couldn't have played any worse than what we did in the opening period. The second 45 was better, but I think the last goal just pretty much summed up how we were defensively all afternoon. We got 3 guys around the ball, nobody taking responsibility. Simon Murray reacts quickest, and then a penalty, and now having to go without 𝑃𝑟𝑒𝑠𝑒 suspended for a game because of stupidity.
You can lose games, and that happens during a season, but how do you ensure the impact of this isn't long lasting for the end of the season, because you're still in such a good position for this European place?
Yeah, I mean, we're quite fortunate after this weekend to find ourselves in the position that we're still in. We're making hard work of it, and that's the problem that we have right now. Defensively, how solid we were in the opening 5-6 months. Unfortunately, we're making mistakes now at the moment at this crucial period of time. So we have to get back to doing the basics well, and that's winning first headers, picking up second balls, stopping crosses. Just doing the basics better than what we're doing right now. We showed in the second half, that we are a good team, that we can, get the ball down and get into some dangerous areas. And but for a bit of luck, we may have nicked an equaliser, when we get it back to 3-2. But you just can't have an opening period like we had, and that's where we lost the game.
Appreciate your time, Jim. Thanks.
Thank you.
Jim Goodwin there. Just 3 wins for Dundee United since the turn of the year. Do you agree with his assessment, Alan?
Yeah, I think he was very honest. I think he's spot on. I don't think they were good enough in the first half. They did get a reaction in the second, but you would expect that, and they went for it, but unfortunately on the day it just wasn't good enough. It
wasn't good enough today, Charlie. Do you feel they can still get those European places? I mean, they're still well placed for it, but they've got a big few games coming up. Got to turn those results into wins.
No, they do, and I think they can do that. They've got a good squad. Jim Goodwin, I've said it before, he's recruited well, but he said it there, they need to do the basics better. That's what Dundee done a lot better today. They've done the basics and they got the rewards by being clinical when they did come along, the chances.
Yeah, and just a final word on Dundee, James, briefly. Can they avoid that drop and keep moving up the table?
Yeah, they can, but they've got to perform like that. Keeping Joe Shaughnessy fit is paramount, but they've got to perform like that week in, week out, and if they do that, they'll be fine in this league.
Well, thank you very much for your company. As always, it was certainly an eventful one for us here, but tonight, Dundee is blue. Bragging rights and 3 points are heading back to Dens Park.